Greetings and welcome to the Talk to Me America show, where the world wants to know what you have to say, so call me and tell them like it is. I'll let you know when. Hopefully we can get Tom on here. I saw him earlier, but I didn't get a chance to text him or anything like that. Had other things going on. Welcome to the show. Of course, you know I am your hostess, ldghwih, LDG for short, with that really cool monogram and everything. Love that name. It was actually given to me as a gift when I was just starting out. I was a wee lass starting out in the entertainment business. Whatever. Okay. Thank you for clicking on my little acre of the internet today. Let me do my shout outs and see who all is here already. I don't see anybody over there on the YouTube. Of course, YouTube hasn't been doing me any favors. I'm losing people over there again. Whatever. Hopefully, I'm losing them to come over to these other platforms. Tonight, I am again on YouTube, Odysee, Kick. That's K-I-C-K. ldghwih, just like all the rest of the channels and everything else I'm on. And, of course, Rumble, which they're trying very hard to shut down now again because of Russell Brand. Of all the people that they try to shut down, they're trying to shut down Rumble over. Russell Brand. Sorry, just not that significant. You know, okay, 6,000 followers, but does that mean that they all, you know, love him or do everything he says? I know I don't. He's still a weirdo to me. I like some of the things that he says. Let's see, we got Russian Bot over here on Rumble from, he says, Spanaway, Washington. Off to Taco Thursday. Well, that just goes to show you, never eat tacos north of Dallas. Taco Thursday. It's Taco Tuesday. Don't you get it? All right. And let's see. We got Zom, American Dream. Welcome. Fun Super Trucker. Lizzie Longtoes, my famous friend. Welcome. And I'm sure Mom's here too. Hi, Mom. There was a joke about that back in the football days. It's like, I forget who the comedian was. It might have been Billy Crystal or something like that, but he said something to the effect that you're a dad, you have a boy, you're so proud of him, you teach him how to play football and everything like that. And he gets all famous and everything, like gets on TV, he makes a touchdown and he goes, "Hi, Mom." I thought that was hilarious. But you gotta love your mama. Let's see, Cy, welcome to the show. Salty Mad Jameson. Let's see, Sparky. Zom, I said Zom. Salty Mad Jameson. Okay, I think I got everybody so far. Oh, I saw Pitbull Doorbell earlier. The memes are hilarious already. Thank you. Drunken Rocky, of course. Don't forget to go see his show after mine. I don't know what he calls it. The Rocky Rants, Drunken Rocky Rants, or something like that. Now it used to be the White Pill Experience. Sparky, yes, I said that. Oh, not BB. Thank you for the library coin. He says, heads up friends, Rougarou.pureblood.tv has been renamed, and he left a link, in the chat under the library coin. Do they still call it that? I know that Odyssee's taken over by somebody, but I haven't had time to look into it or anything like that. She said call her Grandma. Okay, Grandma. Not Granny? Morpheus Mag. From Morpheus. What's that about? Hi, Ranger. Welcome. Welcome to the show. All right, plugs real quick, of course. 451 Actual, along with Kevin's Chaotic Coffee for the No Prisoners podcast. There you go. NPP. You know me. Not anymore. Taking over? Somebody taking over? I don't know. Pastor Chatelet, of course, and The Pond. I don't see them here at the moment. He must be preaching to somebody or helping someone else. That's okay. Red Dawn Radio, The Drunken Rocky. Actually, I saw good old Tyrone in the chats at on, I believe it was Mondays. No Prisoners. NPP. Raynoth, DJ Based, America Floats, Tom. He's supposed to have called me. Who's gaming? Somebody gaming? Oh, Morpheus is gaming? Okay. Alright. I'm not watching it. Sorry. Magical Trevor. Do we still talk to Magical Trevor? Has he gotten too good for us now? I still follow him on X, but I have no idea. I don't see a lot of his stuff. Pastor is gaming. Oh, I see. Okay. Reverend Rant. Somebody asked about Reverend Rant. He's doing okay, right? I just saw him go live not too long ago, right? Right? I'm not going crazy, am I? The days sometimes run together for me. It gets so busy anyway. Some guy from Maine, and then of course Uruguru, not me be, and Town with their Pure Blood Media Group, which is actually what I just told you about. And of course, it does come up as http://communitypureblood.tv. And actually, I got that. I always get that. I have that particular site in my favorites that I can just get to real easily. You know how you put them on your browser and you just go to them right away. So I didn't have any problem getting here. So obviously you did a proper redirect as far as that goes. So yay! And it does go to this, but it's always gone to this. Actually, I have the one that's on air. I do the one that's on air. Let's see. That's there. Okay. I see you don't have that. This is a community website. Streamers listed may or may not be affiliated with Pure Blood Media. Listing here does not represent an endorsement or an association between none of the parties. Okay. Very good. Pure Blood Media Group. Non-GMO news for non-GMO humans. Actually, I don't know how true this is. And I'll get to the show in a minute, but now that I'm thinking about that, I actually saw a video and I've got it bookmarked. I wasn't going to cover it tonight, and I don't know if I still should, but it has to do with they've supposedly discovered sexually transmitted jab. I believe the case that this person was talking about was male to male. And supposedly one was jabbed, the other one was not. And the one that was not started feeling bad, went to his doctor, they did blood tests, and the blood in the non-jab person actually looks like blood in a jab person. So it's on Twitter. It's definitely X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, which actually is still twitter.com, so whatever. Talking about games. Okay. I don't know if you guys know anything about this. I might show you later. All right. Of course, don't forget all the convenient ways to support my channel so I can keep the power of A1 going for everyone while improving the show as we go. My latest conquest now supposedly is new monitors. I've got the fastest RAM that I can get right now, and then I've also got a better video card, but still having a few little tweaks and twogs there, and I'm advised that the biggest problem is probably my old monitors. They make everything to where it has to be all compatible and everything. In fact, like I say, it took me a long time to do the video card because I had to wait for an adapter because I didn't have VGA on the video card. You guys have heard all that. The power of 1A, yes, Sparky the Welder. And I'm hoping that I'm doing my part. I try to do more. My channel is completely supported by you guys, though, so thank you for all your support in advance. Super Chat and Rumble rants on Odysee and Rumble. Immediate donations. Ko-Fi, which comes highly recommended by Pastor Chatelet, and which also has a monthly option. Odysee also has a monthly option. Buy me a milkshake for all the diehards. There's a PayPal. I've got a Cash App doohickey here that you can scan if it's big enough for you. If not, this is the code for it, I guess. Whatever like that. All right, for the Cash App. All right, and of course, again, thanks in advance and afterwards for some of you. Of course, I've already got some people. The best thing you can do, of course, is share, share, share. The main thing is we want to get more people calling in and voicing their opinions, even if it's on some superstar or whatever. But I want to get people in the habit of talking, using and not just arbitrarily just giving up by shutting up their First Amendment rights, because without that, then we don't have what we need for our freedoms. You can't. It was, in fact, therapy. They used to tell you in therapy, you can't fix something until you can admit it. That sounds to me like you're speaking of a problem. So at that point, you've admitted you have the problem. You've spoken the problem. That means you can speak to any of the remedies or compromises, if there is any. We was Kangs. Space Cowboy. Welcome to the show. Okay, I'm making sure everything's still working like it's supposed to. All right, like I say, I've got one person. We love our lurkers. Don't forget, if you're lurking, that's fine too. I would like for you to talk, but if nothing else, if you're gonna lurk, share to your friends. You never know someone that might need to get something out there, or that might help someone else out, realizing, hey man, I'm not alone. That's another reason why they don't want you to talk and why they want to take away your 1A. Think about it. If you can commiserate with people, it's like that one ant theory. All right. And of course, like I say, that's always been the whole purpose of my show, because we should never just shut our mouths voluntarily. And after the events of this week, it's even more important than ever still. Actually, that's something that's never going to be unimportant to me. I'm an old rocker chick, and that's what we believed in. Peace, man. I was what they call I guess you could say I was what they called a classical liberal. Although I've always been for freedom of speech and all of that. That's just something I guess I was talking about. I'm lurking. You're lurking so hard right now, Rocky. Is that true? Actually, the minute you type that in, you ceased to lurk. We now know that you're there. All right. Never surrender. Never shut up. In fact, you know what? I think that needs to go on a t-shirt. Never surrender. Never shut up. I like that. What do you guys think? Senate relaxes rules to allow Space Cowboy to take baths in the reflecting pool. You mean to tell me they needed to do that? There was people actually doing that already, weren't there? They weren't being arrested for it, were they? All right. Of course, I'm sure everybody expects me to talk about this political circus that now has become the debates. Debates that actually produce lame bullshit like this.
You're not here tonight because you're afraid of being on the...
Oh, come on. I'm buffering. And this is what I mean.
Stage and defending your record. You're ducking these things. And let me tell you what...
Oh, come on, Christie.
What's going to happen? You keep doing that, no one up here is going to call you Donald Trump anymore. We're going to call you Donald Duck.
All right.
You're not here tonight.
That was lame. That was lame. Was that supposed to be an insult? Was it? Was that supposed to be an insult? Because, you know, I'm sure because he did, before he did that part, he's like, I know you're watching, Donald Trump. Here, look at me, Donald. Look at me. Look at me, Donald. Look at me. You can't help yourself. Like, again, like, this is the... He's an Xer, I guess. Somebody said that there's never been an Xer president. Was Obama a millennial? Didn't he just turn 50-something? Didn't they just turn... So, yeah, they're Xers. Anyway. This is fodder from a junior high school nerd. This was the lamest thing I think I've ever heard. And this is why I didn't watch this, because this was actually one clear statement. But everything was all jumbled up. Every time I would hear somebody covering it or anything like that, everybody was talking over each other. And you know, and the thing is, he attacked Trump for not being there. DeSantis attacked Trump for not being there. Yet I don't see either one of them moving up in any of the polls either. Trump knows he doesn't need to be there. He's not running for this position. These guys are running for this position. He already, I'm pretty sure he knows he's got it already. Hiya, Hallie. Welcome to the show. Happy, what was it, Rosh Hashanah? I hope you had a pleasant and relaxing holiday. He's a 5X or larger. Yeah, I was gonna say I could sleep in his t-shirts, I guess. And I'm pretty plus sized myself. So good one, trucker. Good one. Obama's 62. Yeah, okay. All right, so he's not an Xer then. I'm like the first or second Xer. Because Xers start at 65, and I was born in 66, at the end of 66, so. Let's see. Did I see? Duraglass. Ree! Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Please make sure to share this out. X me out, babies. Piggy duck. Yeah, so, yeah. He thought this was supposed to be an insult. And Trump probably looked at the TV screen and went, you know, that thing that he does with the lip up and like the eyes closed, like, yeah, what a loser. Like I say, these I don't, well, like I say, nobody gets this, but again, political theater to the max. That's all I can tell you. And again, when you try this hard, you get this lame. This was lame as fuck. However, instead of watching this crap, because I knew it was going to be crap, that was actually the worst and the best moment of the whole thing. I watched, of course, Tucker Carlson with Bill O'Reilly. And towards the end, there was a question asked, and Bill O'Reilly answered it, and it kind of jogged some memories for me. So check this out. I don't know if you guys watched any of this or anything like that, but like I say, I watched it last night instead of the stupid debates. I wasn't about to go through all of that again. But this was a pertinent question, and I think he hits it on the barrel head, and I can relate.
So much in Washington.
What?
Why do they hate Trump so much in Washington?
Because Trump doesn't respect them. He's not in awe of them. Washington, as you know, because you live there, is all about the cocktail parties. It's all about the social invitations, mingling with the powerful, going here, going there, Cafe Milano. Oh, I had dinner with Senator so-and-so tonight. That's what it's all about. Trump didn't care about those people at all. And he wasn't respectful to them.
No.
I mean,
why would he be?
He looked at the FBI and the CIA, and he didn't fear or respect them, and they didn't like it. That's what it was all about.
You said that you've been in this business for almost 50 years.
Started when I was 7 years old.
How long are you going to do it?
I don't know. That's a good question. I work way too.
Okay. So you heard what he said about that. He's like, Trump doesn't respect them. He doesn't really want to party with them or any of that other stuff. He doesn't care to. He's made his own way. He doesn't really have to listen to any of them. He doesn't need any of them for any of their contacts or anything like that, or any of their network or anything like that. And the reason why I can relate to it is because, and when I listened to this, it made something click in my head and made me remember. And I know I've said this and I've told people this before. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm sorry, guys. I'm opening the phone lines now. I even saw it there. I even made my notes. Because I'm a blonde. Yeah. All right, phone lines are open. Anyway, to go on, the last corporate office job that I had, they literally had to make company parties mandatory. I worked there for about 5 years, I think, and after the first year and a half, they started making the company parties mandatory. I mean, they would give us some nice parties. It was an insurance company and everything like that, but it was usually after hours. It was usually at some nightclub or some bar or some restaurant that I couldn't afford. unless they paid for it, and usually they paid for the shit, whatever it was, rot gut and everything. Not to mention the fact I didn't drink. But I refused to attend most of them. I either had other things I could be doing, or, well, my biggest part was, it was almost like as if that they didn't, that you didn't give them something to talk about about your personal life, about your personal whatever you do outside of the job. They didn't like you all of a sudden, you know, and I didn't care. I wasn't there. I was never there to make friends. I had to pay my bills. I didn't give a shit what the rest of them thought, because they didn't pay my bills. They didn't sign my checks. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the fact that I learned real early in life, and most people learn real early in life, there are no friends in business. Okay? There aren't. Everyone's out to get you. In fact, it's even almost impossible to do a business with family. Believe me, I learned that lesson early in life too. But yeah, someone's always going to be vying for someone else's position, and some folks will do anything to get there. I mean, to the point of brown nosing the boss, or, you know, things like that. And Trump just never was into any of that stuff. Sleeping. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, the next thing I'm going to talk about. I'm seeing also, too, the same thing about Elon Musk. I don't know why those got out of order, but... All right. Again, another person that has plenty of money. He's got fuck you money. He does what he wants when he wants to. He's based. And he seems to be another one that doesn't care about schmoozing with the elites all the time in their parties. Again, doesn't sound like he needs any of their networking or any of that other stuff. And, of course, they're coming after him tooth and nail. Lady Rock Candy, welcome. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. Getting your ass kicked at work. Actually, I'm hoping you have to let us know. The suspense is killing me. Did you get your hammer back? Hallie says she heard it was a clown world. I don't even consider them to be debates anymore. It's just who can yell the loudest and who can proclaim the other person is the worst. It's been that way ever since Trump was in office. And the thing is, like I say, Trump's not, the reason why he's not on that stage defending all this bullshit that they're coming out with him for is because, first of all, he's not running for that position. He's running for the actual general. This is chicken feed to him, and why sit there and take a bunch of bullshit from these people when you're already way ahead of all of them? Not to mention the fact they started making those rules about being able to skip debates and stuff like that. How many debates did Biden have with Trump? It was okay for them. Let's see. Zuckerberg knows because polarizing Facebook ran off millions of conservatives. I guess you're right. Mark Zuckerberg says polarizing Elon Musk will keep X from reaching full potential. Now, that's just his rival. One of his rivals as far as social media platform. He's got the government coming after him tooth and nail too, with all of this stuff, especially since he was the one that like fired the FBI. He won't give up information that they're asking him for. He won't let them into his files anymore. You know, it's and of course I'm glad that we're able to use the same, I guess, mantra on them as we were on my private company. My private company. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's his private company. He paid $44 billion for it. Million, no. Billion. Yeah, $44 billion for it. I would say he's like the question that they ask, where does a 400-pound gorilla eat? Anywhere he wants to. Right? Okay. All right. So yeah, he's another one that doesn't give a shit about the schmoozing with the elites. He doesn't come in with the trans thing and stuff like that. He's even got kids that I don't think he's denying them, but of course he's letting them know, hey man, live in reality. That and the fact that he pretty much also mocks them as well, and so does Trump. Not only, you know, and they can't stand that. But, you know, I've been like this as well. You spend 8 sometimes grueling hours with these folks that you work with. Not even a small percentage of which I would actually choose to hang out with outside of work or in the real world. Why would I want to go out drinking and carousing with these same folks that I just had a stupid argument with about over a piece of paper or whose turn it was to use the damn printer or dealing with some tattletale that again, Brown Nose is the boss. Oh, okay. Hallie says, thanks. Yom Kippur was this past Monday. I'm getting ready for Sukkoth, Feast of the Tabernacles. Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right. And I was just saying, I certainly wasn't into hanging with any of these octopuses, especially after plied with alcohol. I had folks respect me more in the nightclubs that I used to play at than I did some of these guys that I used to work with once they got a couple of drinks in them. These are the ones that are the large in charge ones too. The one who sell the policies on the golf courses while they promise with their 3 martini lunches things that can't be done usually, and then leave it to me to try and fight with the underwriters to get it done, which never happened. Every time, I'm going to get you fired. You didn't do your job. Yes, I did. We don't have control over the insurance companies anymore. You can't just say, okay, here's a building, cover it. Insurance companies want to know where it is, what the elevation is. They want to know, they basically also want to know when this person was born and the first time they took a piss. I mean, I'm telling you. So, yeah, that was always fun. I am your ninja. Welcome to the show, Brad Allen, badass Brad Allen. Welcome to the show. Trying to keep up with the chats here. All right. So, yeah. So it makes you wonder. It makes me wonder. This is actually something came to my mind today, too. It makes you wonder just how self-centered these elitists are. I mean, they're literally, and you've seen this, they are literally surrounded by admirers and folks that want to hang with them and make it a point to even serve them at times, even spending money they don't have. Sometimes just to get a glimpse or even a small acknowledgement from these fools. Yet they let 1 or 2 people that they would consider on their level as far as wealth and power goes, and all of a sudden they can't live with themselves anymore because this person hates them. This person mocks them. This person doesn't like them, doesn't want to be a part of their groupthink. How narcissistic is that? You've got all these people surrounding you and you can't stand it that 1 or 2 people that have the same, I guess you could say, social status doesn't want to be by you. That's just, that's crazy. That's crazy. How jealous and self-absorbed do you have to be to worry about 1 or 2 folks out of the hundreds, sometimes thousands, and sometimes millions that would do your bidding and not even know about the one that you're worried about? All right? But you can't quite get that person to serve you or worship you or any of that other stuff like all the rest of it. God forbid also, too, somebody else get a little bit of what you got. There's plenty to go around. We know this. But that seems to be their mantra, especially the ones in power right now, man. They got theirs, and they're going to keep getting theirs at our expense. And they're not going to allow anyone else or even chastise anyone else that is either as successful or that tries to get a little piece of what is meant and enough to actually go around. So I would talk about the impeachment hearings, but so far it's been a bunch of this. The phone lines are open. Don't forget you can call me. Where is my thing now? I don't know why this is out of order, but okay, here we go. When she gets pregnant just from looking at your memes. Pastor Shadley, welcome, welcome. Thank you for at least coming over here and saying hello. I hope you won your game. They told me you were gaming. But anyway, like I said, like I was talking about, don't really feel like talking about the impeachment because, A, it's about time that somebody said or did something. But so far, it's been nothing but this.
Republicans have no evidence.
Can I just say, evidence of
Ah! Come on.
What?
Records released from the National Archives show Hunter Biden's investment firm, Rosemont Seneca Partners, exchanging more than, sit down for this number, 1,000 emails with Joe Biden's office during his time as vice president.
A complete and total lack of evidence.
There was no evidence of any wrongdoing by President Biden.
Archer revealed that the first son put then Vice President Joe Biden on speakerphone more than 20 times during business meetings.
I should point out.
Now, it is important to keep in mind
There's no evidence.
No evidence.
No actual evidence.
no evidence.
No evidence.
They have yet to provide any hard evidence that the president himself has done anything wrong.
And of course, shamefully, we have a Democrat from Texas that gets up there. He's just guilty of loving his son unconditionally. Yeah, well, you know how many people that's hurt? There's one thing, there's a difference between loving somebody unconditionally and enabling them to do wrong. I inform more people of the Mohop, so yeah. It seems like that's actually going pretty mainstream. I'm actually starting to see that all over Facebook. Some of my, I guess you could say, boomer friends or silent friends or whatever. God, they split them up so much all the time. But yeah, even they're starting to talk about it now. So anyway, in the meantime, this is all I needed to hear about this for now. I give you, excuse me, I give you Clay Higgins. This is not somebody you want to play with.
Impeachment is a mechanism of our congressional authority. It's not a criminal proceeding, is it, Professor?
It's not. What I've said previously is that I happen to believe you should start with the criminal code and look at things that would be crimes for others, because those resonate the most in terms.
And those criminal code violations would be revealed through the investigative effort of the congressional endeavor to inquire into impeachable offenses like this hearing. Would you agree?
That's right. This is the
moving
start.
Quickly. There's one of the gentlemen said there's no credibility to this evidence. Let me say, as an investigator, there's perhaps no category of evidence that's more credible than bank records.
Thank you.
And bank records is what we're working with. The House Oversight Committee, Judiciary Committee, Ways and Means Committee are investigating highly suspicious money transactions from foreign powers through shell companies to Biden family members. There's nothing more credible in an investigative effort, good sir, than bank records. Political Figure 1 was the pseudonym agreed upon by the investigative team, the FBI, the DOJ, an IRS investigator. Political Figure 1 is not a pseudonym created by Republicans or Democrats. Political Figure 1 is President Biden, is Joe Biden. This is a response to an email delivered by Joshua Wilson, FBI agent, that said, please see the attached draft for a Blue Star search warrant. Blue Star Strategies is a longtime Democrat lobbying firm that Hunter Biden used to put pressure on U.S. government officials to end the investigation and protect Burisma. The Department of Justice was investigating Blue Star for these activities and allowed to retroactively register as a foreign agent. Today, no one has been held accountable at Blue Star. That happened during 2020, just months before your presidential election, America. You should be very concerned about this. Mr. Turley, based upon the constitutional parameters of the House of Representatives, do you agree that our Oversight Committee, Judiciary Committee, and Ways and Means Committee should be judiciously investigating reasonable suspicion of impeachable actions by President Joe Biden?
I do. I think it is your duty to get answers to these questions and to see if the president was involved in what I think is a confirmed corrupt influence peddling effort.
Thank you. Not to mention the fact that they keep claiming, oh, there's no evidence, there's no evidence. Unlike your side, it sounds to me like we didn't even start this inquiry until we had a lot of evidence. And then there was another guy that came up and said something to the effect that we had 2 whistleblowers, bank statements, which are usually irrefutable, Unless somebody was inside the bank and could change them somehow or another. But why would they change them to look this way? Unless they were trying to sabotage. And then who would have paid them for that? Especially since those weren't the people that were the ones doing it. They're the ones wanting, you know, getting paid to do this stuff in the first place. Of course, you never know. You absolutely never know. And, you know, they're never going to tell us. So now, let's see if anything actually gets done. Or if this is like everything else to help them all stay in power. Yet another political theater to make it seem like the Trump indictments are on the level. See, we're looking into the president now. See, we're justified to looking into Trump now because see, we're fair. Look at what we did to Hunter. Look at what we're doing to the president now. Right. Let's see. I saw somebody else come in here. 1205. Welcome to the show. Indeed. Can unconditional love or enabling? Well, enabling, obviously. I mean, look at all the drugs this kid was on during his supposed brand peddling, if you will. I guess they've called it that themselves. Not to mention the fact, isn't there something around now also too that states that he admits that this laptop was his? In fact, he's suing over the embarrassment over it or something like that, which actually means that he's admitted that this is his laptop, after all. So. Pitbull shark crossbreed. Yeah, sometimes that guy's funny. I don't know who he was talking to, but I've got a couple more funny politicians coming up soon, too. So, I'll cover more as it comes up. There should be all kinds of fodder by next week. If that is even if I want to talk about it. Like I say, again, political theater, and I guarantee you this is because not only did we hear no evidence, we kept hearing everybody on the left, all the Democrats kept saying, well, but Trump this and but Trump that, and look at all the indictments on Trump, and it's like, this isn't a trial about Trump. They should stop people talking about Trump altogether because he has zero, zippo, zilch, nada to do with it. None. In fact, one of them even claimed that it was because of some of his True Social comments is what started this whole thing in the first place. No! I would venture to say that it was Hunter Biden's laptop once they finally admitted it, that it was real and looked into it. But these IRS people and these bank people and the bank records, you know, there was no change in that stuff. Unless they made it up to begin with, and even so. Laptop is dead, that's the way. Yeah, well, I don't know. I still see people passing around that booklet. In fact, I've got it in my favorites here, that booklet that has all of the information that came off of that laptop. People are still passing it around. That's what I think. That's what I've seen anyway and heard. All right. So anyway, to the topic of my show tonight was more of this. I didn't get a chance, and of course, like I say, the phone lines are open. Call me maybe. You can call me anytime if you want to talk about this kind of stuff. You got anything else to talk about, that's fine. But more like this, I actually didn't get a chance to show you my more like this section last week, which was fine. So I saved most of it, saved some of it for today. But also, I think that the topic was given to me as a way to do this because I found so many things this week that are showing me that at least, if nothing else, some of the tables are turning away from some of this woke leftist crapola. And it almost, in fact, from this one article that gave me the idea for tonight's show, it seems almost as though God is using evil for his good again. Or people are just waking up to it. I mean, we do know that every head will bow and every mouth will confess, etc., etc. But supposedly, if you don't know who this person is, Doja Cat, supposedly some pop star. This is just to give you an idea. This is them.
Okay, so tell me all about this. I mean, so who made it? Wow. Okay, so something a little different.
Wow.
So what was your
You're
inspiration
an
for
idiot.
tonight? Be honest with me and go into detail.
Pretty dress.
Wow.
Look at her girl. Look at his girl. Look at her boyfriend.
What are you
or whoever
excited
it
to
is she's
see
with.
in there today?
He's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm standing here with this idiot. But this is Doja Cat. This is somebody who had just came out, I think a month ago, supposedly with a new song called Demons. And according to the Federalist paper, pop superstar's new Demons song appears to backfire, turns thousands towards God. There are many fascinating aspects of the Bible. One that is most overlooked, however, is the fact that the Bible isn't just an historical account, but a roadmap for everything humanity will face in the future. And the present, too, I'm sure. It is designed to help us understand and broach life successfully. Given the war between good and evil is ongoing, even today the circumstances may take different forms, but the crux of each of them can be found in the Bible. That is why the book is so valuable for young and old. Doja Cat recently showed this reality in a release of her new song, Demons. The enormous backlash among listeners wasn't expected, so over the top did it become that it sparked YouTuber Ruslan KD to address the outrage. I'd actually recommend you don't waste your time watching the Demons video. Why drive up views when I can easily describe the atrocity to you in words? Absolute garbage, one of the most perverse kind. If you must partake, I have made the video available to you below. All right, because of my blocker, it doesn't show the video, but I've pulled it up. I'm not really going to show you the video. First, I'm going to read you the lyrics. How my demons look, how them demons. Now that my pocket's full, how my demons look, yeah. Now that bitches shook, bitch. Yeah, how my demons look, yeah. Now that my pocket's full, yeah. How my demons look, bitch, yeah, now that you bitches shook. Then the verse says, I'm on to bigger things, just bought a limousine. You live like me in your dreams, yes you do. I just quit the nicotine, I did. If you throwin' dick at me, do it, nigga. That shit would be big at least, do it, nigga. Nigga, I'm bringing the heat. I'm bringing the cold. You should bring your skis. I'm a fucking queen. I'm expeditiously, see it, bitch. Are you off key? I would never let you in my VIP. We are enemies. We are foes. Who are you and what are those? You are gross. Percocet got you playing with your nose. I'm not going to repeat the chorus. Wait. Okay. Hey, hate watcher. Thanks for hitting the slime button so your life has meaning. Yeah, I get one every week. It doesn't bother me. They can slime me all they want. It's probably the same person that calls the phone and yells at me electronically with De Niro's voice or whatever it is. So anyway, verse 2. I'm a puppet. I'm a sheep. I'm a cash cow. I'm the fastest growing bitch on all your apps now. You are tired of me because I'm on your ass now. You are mad at me because I'm all they slap now. I can nap now. Lots of people were sleeping say I rap now. Lots of people's hopes and dreams are finally trashed now. Lots of people say they met me in the past now. I done took the spotlight and made him black out. I done took the whole dick and blew my back out. I just swallowed all his kid and spit the class out. I take the trash out. I'm a finna cash out. Bitch, do not pass out. So, and of course, as she's singing this, she's dressed all in like a black bodysuit, completely blacked out, like really like ash black or charcoal black with horns and the devil and all that other everything like that. So, all right, now I'm missing something else. What in the world happened to my show? What I was going to do, let's see if I can find it. I've got it here somewhere. What I was going to do was read you the comments because they were talking about the article talks about the comments underneath the video. So I thought, well, let's check out and see what they were talking about because they only told you one or two of the comments. But they weren't kidding. I'm not going to show the video or anything like that. First comment, thanks Doja for reminding me to pray always every night. Thank you so much Doja for reminding me to always keep my glow-in-the-dark stars on at night. Thanks Doja for reminding me to lock my doors and everything else, and me to stay up all night. Some people got really scared from this. This is what they say though. Am I spitting bars? Oh, yeah, I was reading her horrible gibberish lyrics. If you don't know her, the lyrics don't make any freaking sense to you. All right. I bet this is my... Greetings, you're on the air. Hello?
This boring cocksucker. Jehovah's Witnesses are more interesting.
Yeah, somebody's yelling at me electronically again. Please. Please, I do this to talk to people. Not to be screamed at electronically by some ex-movie star, maybe? Let's see. I'm always staying up at night all day and praying. Thanks, Doja, for reminding me that no matter how much you're going through, there's now someone who will always be going through worse. Lock my windows and doors and check my closet every night. Thanks, Doja, because I'm always going to keep my light on. Sleeping in my covers over at night. I love that Christina Ricci took this on with her nods. Thank you, Doja, for helping me to remember to go to church every Sunday. I'll never miss another day again, I swear. So yeah, they weren't kidding. There's a bunch of people on here that particular video actually scared the hell out of. Like I say, I'm not going to show it to you. If you want to go see it, it's on YouTube. But again, like I say, the article actually brought to my attention because it is something that needs to be more of course, but we are also seeing more of, thankfully. And it basically is because of some of the things that are happening. And that's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. I hope more and more people will repent due to those kinds of things. Not to mention the fact, like I said, I showed you the video of this person. You know, put it this way. In my opinion, doing this right here, this meow meow thing that she did, tells me that she doesn't even respect her art enough to talk about it properly. I mean, did you understand any of that? Not to mention the fact that this guy that she was with, you saw the look on his face. He's like, I can't believe she's doing this. So, Super Trucker says, learn how to troll. I don't know. Same Robert De Niro's soundboard. Yeah, first of all, I put it this way. Even if Robert De Niro himself called me, I'd probably hang up on him. I would. That's somebody I have no interest in speaking to whatsoever. He's harsh. He's demanding. He's uppity. He thinks he's better than everyone else. Nah, screw you. I'm sick of this dementia commercial. Dad, that was a Biden campaign ad. Yeah, that's pretty good. So, but yeah, this person, like I say, to me, this right here showed me that she didn't even have enough respect for her own art to speak about it properly. Because I don't remember her doing this on any of her music or any of her shows. So she's trying, and again, another one of these people that's trying real hard to keep the attention on her, or keep attention on her. But like I say, I'm glad that it backfired, and maybe that was her intention. It's not like any of us would know what's in her heart other than God anyway. But again, backfire or not, it's doing the job it's supposed to do. I'm glad to see it. All right, more like this. If you really want to know, you don't really have to look into history too far back to know that the stuff that they're trying to push on us now, the Marxism, the communism, the socialism, all this other stuff and everything like that, has never worked. Never worked. And I was going to say, if you still doubt it, you should go out and talk to more legal immigrants. Like this guy.
I'm an immigrant from Eastern Europe, and I've been here for 10 years and a little bit. And if anybody would have told me 10 years ago that I would come a day where I would live in America and American citizens would be in favor of communism, I would have laughed in their face.
What would your message be to young socialists that don't know what communism is?
If you don't learn from history, nothing will save you.
But I want to actually ask you, I want you to just say very briefly, what was it like for your family to grow up in these sort of ideas? Why do you hate communism? Why? Because of the suffering that your family went through?
So obviously, I was only 1 year old when communism ended in Romania, so I can't really speak from previous experience, but I have yet to meet anybody in my home country that was in favor of communism. So let me put it this way. When they came in power, they seized all private property.
So let me ask you a question. Are you thankful that you live in America?
Yeah.
That's what 100%. Makes you different than them.
I'm an immigrant from Eastern Europe.
Exactly. I got another one for you. Victoria Spartz. Now, she is I believe she is some kind of an representative.
Attorney General, you had a very moving statement about your grandparents coming here from Belarus to live in the country without fear of prosecution. I grew up in a very similar country, Ukraine now, and when I came here as a young person, I believed in the value as an American not to be afraid of my government. But I wanted to tell you, and I want to share with you and get your thoughts on that. Are you aware that a lot of Americans are now afraid of being prosecuted by your department? Are you aware about that? Are you aware of that? I'm just saying, are you aware or not?
I think that constant attacks on the department and saying
it's not attacks. Well, let me give you an example.
I don't know.
We talk about January 6th. People.
I'm sorry?
Here, some people came on January 6th. There probably were some people that came on January 6th here, that had bad intent. But a lot of good Americans from my district came here because they are sick and tired of this government not serving them. They came with strollers and the kids, and there was chaotic situation because the proper security wasn't provided. That's a question that was answered really why. Why we debated for 45 minutes on the floor and didn't stop the debate after the people broke into the Capitol. But these people came, they were throwing the smoke bombs into the crowd with strollers with kids. People were showed up, FBI agent to people's houses. You had in my district, in my town, FBI phone numbers all over the district. Please call that. People are truly afraid. I just want to make sure if you're not aware that you are. And this is a big problem when people are afraid of their own government. And I'll share some other things. We're talking about justice system. I don't question, you're probably not a bad person. I don't know you. But what I'll tell you, you're in charge of the department. And people right now feel, I look at Durham report and I call on the FISA violations of queries of millions of Americans, right? It's like KGB, but when I read Durham reports, we have this, you have a nice, playbook. First, let's have a special counsel, and then you don't have to answer any questions here. Yeah. Then, let's extend slow walk investigation on Hillary Clinton, on Hunter. Everything is slow walk. We were very quick on Donald Trump, but you were very slow walk. Then, by the time, that investigation ended, statute of limitation expired, and all of your agents need to be tested for amnesia. No one recalls anything. Okay, you probably should have as part of your hiring policy. So no one held accountable, which was egregious what happened, in that report. When I read about them, I can't believe it happened in the United States of America. This is my frustration. I'll be honest with you. Then it's very interesting, regardless what it is, even people in Obama administration raise concerns. How can president's sons be serving on, corrupt Ukrainian oligarchs? Do you understand that it actually can undermine the one Ukrainian effort and policy? I think these concerns were raised. The Obama administration didn't do anything about it. These people are dying right now, and Americans don't trust this president. So I want to ask you one thing. you know, as you know, I don't need answer because I know you're not going to, but I think you're probably a good American and you care. And a lot of these people are so afraid they cover up this stuff, I think, in your department because they're embarrassed that what we became as a country, to say that what our Department of Justice became. That allows Russians to do propaganda in Chinese. It allows them to destabilize our country. That is danger to our republic. It is significant danger. And I have just one more question from you. You know, I mean, I agree on corporate crimes and FISA stuff, even with Democrats, that we need to do a better job. One more question for you. Do you believe that, you know, you talk about rights to vote, but do you believe that only U.S. citizens should be voting in this election and doing anything to make sure that only eligible people vote in elections?
Yes and yes.
Okay, I would like to see that, what you do. Thank you. Yield back.
Two big lies. But yeah, if you really want to know what's going on and what happens and why people rush to this place, risk their lives to come here still, and are now, they recognize it. They've run from this. Talk to a legal immigrant. Talk to someone that had run away from one of these countries. That actually did it right. You know, they asked to come here. They're not just filing in because the government's giving them money. They say that they aren't white people in the Caucasus and Eastern Europe. Not all of them. And actually, you know what? Nobody's white. This is white. It looks blue because of the picture, because of the lighting and everything like that. But this is, I'm holding up a piece of paper, folded piece of paper. This is white. This is a different shade of brown. We're all different shades of brown. There isn't any such thing unless you're an albino, and even then got pink. Salty Matt Jameson, America, fuck yeah, yes, 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 definitely, indeed, indeed, indeed. Anyone else that thinks not? You're an asshole. Okay, don't forget. All right, so the next one up, let's see what I've got here. There's a lot of people that miss these days too, especially when it comes to this activism.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, man.
You remember Arsenio?
Why don't I have any gay guests on my show? Well, there are a lot of gay guests who really don't like to talk about their sexual preference, so we don't know whether they're gay or not. This ain't Merv. You didn't think I'd run from this, did you? Merv. This ain't Johnny. I ain't gonna run from it. I'm gonna deal with it. Who would you like me to have on my show that's gay that maybe I haven't had? When Harvey has something I'm interested in, I'll bring him on the show.
Firestein. That was the only person I could come up with back then.
But this is my show, okay? You think I haven't had somebody on the show because they're gay? What's wrong with you? I got gay friends I've had on the show because you don't know them or it ain't who you want on the show. You got a problem with it? If you want to book it, get yourself a show. No, I don't do anti-gay jokes. I do characters, just like I do McDonald's waiters, just like I do jokes about politicians, Dan Quayle, or anybody else.
Early 90s.
I'm a comedian. Why is it that you can do a joke about anything and anybody, but when you do a gay joke, I gotta have idiots in here protesting over it? You don't see Dan Quayle here.
This was back in the early 90s.
You don't see Milli Vanilli here. What's your problem? What's your problem? Why is it that I can't do a gay character? It's a joke, man. Loosen up and enjoy it. Chill.
I was like, that was, like I say, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, Arsenio Hall. They started this shit back then. The only I was going to say, I guess it worked, and that's the reason why the trans community is pretty much taking it over now, too, in that case. Classic. Yes, indeed. Nice. Close to split. Whee! All right. Let's see. How many people? All right. I got 14 people watching on Rumble. Thank you for being here, you guys. Actually, what the... I wanted to tell you over there on Rumble is I get like 15 to 20 people while I'm actually live, but then I'll look at it the next day and over 100 people have looked at the videos. So thank you guys also too for checking out the goddess and the phone calls and all of that other stuff. And of course, you know the phone lines are open. I was being totally racist because, you know, racism. Yeah, right. How dare you oppress anyone because of their skin color? All right. Of course, in some of these fights that we're having with, especially the LGB community at the moment, actually, I'm with Ramaswamy. There's no way you can call that entire long list of letters and numbers now and in just one community. There's just, I'm sorry, you can't do that. It doesn't work. Another anonymous call. Greetings, you're on the air.
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
This is Lizzie. How you doing?
Lizzie, my famous friend. I'm just fantastic. How are you? I'm better now, actually. Thank you, sweetie.
I'm good. I wanted to get Mom to say hi. Come say hi, Mom.
Hi, Grandma.
I got my aunt to sign up too. She's a hoot. I'm going to get her to start chatting if you see the wild thing in the wild thing.
Awesome. The more the merrier.
Yeah. She's already trying to watch you, but she's working.
Ah, gotcha.
So she says she'll definitely get the replay on it.
Yeah, well, don't get in trouble over little old me.
Well, she's the boss.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
But I wanted to ask you something, too.
Sure.
I got a text message from somebody, and it had a video. It was 1 minute and 19 seconds, and the guy was saying how they're having a testing. It's like the deep state is testing the EBS on October 4th at 2:22, and they said to keep your phone off for like 2 hours, that they're going to put some high-pitched sound out over all the devices that's going to like activate this graphene oxide, they're saying, and if it doesn't for some reason go off on the 4th, they said that it would be the 11th. So, and I'm going to try to get it in the Jitsi later and share a screen so that everybody can see it, because it's in the Facebook Messenger, and I haven't figured out how to get the video clip off of there yet.
Oh, Well, let's see.
But
let's see. What did you say? October 4th?
At 2:22 Eastern Standard Time. And he said if it doesn't happen on that day, that it would be the 11th. And he said something about other countries doing it, and they're trying to stop it in Israel, but which they think they can, but they don't think they're going to be able to stop it here or whatever, and all this stuff, you know. It was only 1 minute and 19 seconds.
FEMA and FCC plan nationwide emergency alert test for October 4th, 2023. Release date was August 30th. This is coming from FEMA, actually, the FEMA website.
Yep, that's it.
Test messages will be sent to all TVs, radios, and cell phones. FEMA, in coordination with the Federal Communications Commission, will conduct a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts this fall. The national test will consist of 2 portions, testing WEA and EAS capabilities. Both tests are scheduled to begin at approximately 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, October 4th. The WEA portion of the test will be directed to all consumer cell phones. This will be the 3rd nationwide test, but the 2nd test to all cellular devices. Oh, they've done this before already.
Yeah. Like a month or so, a couple months or something.
What's supposed to come up?
But
sometimes
it's supposed to be a high-pitched sound frequency or something.
Oh, because sometimes I'll get an alert, like, I don't know, they gave me some alert that it was a really weird alert, that the guy had shot a cop or something like that, and I was like, why are you telling me this? It wasn't like he was anywhere near my neighborhood or anything like that, so it was like, but it wasn't even really a, it wasn't even really like an alert to like keep on the lookout for this guy. It was just an alert telling everyone that he shot a cop. It was really weird. If you live in Texas, you probably got it. Do what now?
I think it was probably just to scare everyone.
Well, I don't know. I got it twice, in fact, twice that night. So I haven't gotten anything else like that, and I haven't seen any of these WES emergencies. I've got almost all of the alert systems on my phone turned off, though. In fact, that's the reason why it kind of bothered me that I got that one about the guy shooting the cop, because that alert is off also. Or, well, it was different than all the other alerts that I had. So, I don't know what to do in this case, and I haven't, I just say I saw the one about the first one that they did, and nothing happened on my phone didn't make any noise or anything like that. So
I got an alert this summer sometime, but the guy just said to have everybody just to be safe, shut your phones off for a couple hours and all your gadgets.
Sure, I don't have a problem with that. Most of the time, I've got it when and especially like when I'm sleeping or whatever, I've got it on airplane anyway. So, yeah, when I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be bothered.
Right.
The media promotes it everywhere: commercials, sports, ball events, the news desk, TV shows, and the teachers seem to be adjacent. I'm your ninja. I'm sorry, I missed that conversation, evidently.
All right, well, you have a good night, and I'll give somebody else a chance.
Okay, well, thanks so much for calling, Lizzie. I do appreciate it, and say hello to your fam. Good night, Grandma.
Okay, thanks.
All right, big shout out to Lizzie Longtoes, my famous friend. Got to know her through Salty Cracker. Let's see, Bobby, I'm down. Bring me barbecue. The other Oma Ninja is here too. Welcome, welcome. And Bobby Digital, welcome to the show. Oh no. Okay, so yeah, I guess October the 4th. I guess I'll look into that a little bit farther after the show. I'm very curious. In fact, my brother usually knows things about this kind of thing too, so I'm gonna text him and ask him, does he know anything about it? All right, Arsenio. Oh, okay. Again, more like this. Supposedly this was the young lady who was transitioned without her mother's permission at the age of 14, after being coerced into some club at school where she was bombarded with the lingo and the explanation and the, I guess you could say, the advertisement, they just pushed her into this, and all of a sudden, in fact, it was found that they had even given her literature and pamphlets and things on how to hide it from your parents. I forget exactly how how the mother was actually notified of it. I'm pretty sure the daughter finally told her. I mean, I don't understand what parent doesn't know what's going on with their kids half the time, or can't tell when there's something wrong. But good news is...
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Conan.
And I'm Alicia.
And as you know, we've been battling this for quite a while now.
But we have great news.
The school.
We settled our case! We are now receiving justice from the school that decided to try to transition my daughter behind my back. This is so wrong, and this settlement right here proves in the public eye. Parents, please be bold. Stand up for your children and fight for them. Fight for your rights.
Thank you to Center for American Liberty for all of your help, and thank you for believing in me.
We let our voices be known, and we are so glad we did. Thank you.
Another reason to adhere to the First Amendment and don't just shut up. Good news. More like this. More like this. All right, I got more. I got plenty more like this. I got a few funny things. You know what I forgot? I forgot to get Marmari tonight. Oh well. Maybe I'll be able to pull him up later. All right, more like this. Based mother asks teachers board why they are wasting their time with the touchy-feely topics. More like, we need, again, more like this. Don't shut up. No shutting up.
God bless this mother. Watch this.
Hello, everyone. I've been coming here for 5 years now, and I was going to talk to you about some practical things that I thought you could change about 3210. But I've changed my mind. I've been really confused over the last 5 years as to why we spend 45 minutes to an hour of every public meeting talking about how great everyone is and how great everything is in the schools, and now I've figured it out. I figured it out because all these people came here to defend you all from hurtful words. This is obnoxious. Let me just say, there is one goal for the educational system. It should be to prepare children to enter careers to be productive members of society. It is not a counseling session. It is not a self-help area. It is not somewhere to find yourself, and we should not be led by the children, for goodness sake. The children are called dependents for a reason. They depend on us who have fully developed brains. You cannot feel your way through life. The issues that we are talking about, we are bringing you statistics. We are talking about scholastics. We are talking about funding. We are talking about busing. We are talking about trying to figure out how to make our children be as successful as possible. And I am sure that that is your goal. And what we have been called tonight is what they're claiming that we're saying to children. We're having an adult conversation. There are not children in this room. We aren't going into the schools and calling them names. They call us Marxists and hateful and bigots and everything else under the sun. Well, let me tell you, less than 5% of the entire population.
They don't want you to hear it.
Population of North Carolina identifies as LGBTQ. You guys all
That's even
claim
less than that. Oh, come on.
you want democracy. Well, you know what democracy is? It's the majority plus one. It's 50 plus 1. You know what? More than 50% of the people in this state claim that they believe in God, Almighty God, who made us male and female, God who made marriage between a man and a woman, God who said that we must protect our children. The fact that we can stand up here and we know, we can brag about all of the wonderful graduations, but we know the statistics. 50% of children did not pass their end of grade test. What are we celebrating? We have children coming up here telling us how horrible the mental health crisis is. Why? Most of us went to public school, and all of our peers are not in mental health crises. We have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to our children? I'm going to say, we are discussing things with them that they are not emotionally, intellectually, and morally able to handle. That is what is causing the anxiety. That is what is causing the depression. That is what is causing the confusion. We need our children to be able to be children, to be able to be innocent, to be able to enjoy childhood and not know all of the drama and all of the difficulties in adult life. That is what we want. We want our children to be able to read and write and to think for themselves, and we demand that the children who fear God are protected in your schools.
All children should be protected in your school. But yes, again, more like this. Don't shut up. All right, the next one, more like this. And I'm seeing more and more people come to reality, especially when it comes to this kind of shit. This one's a real quick one, but I couldn't have said this better anymore either. And I've actually chosen what she has just because of this reason.
If you had to give me an option to either get undressed on the street with a bunch of random strange men who aren't trying to force themselves into the women's restroom, or go into the women's restroom full with men who demand to be in there because they say that they're women, I'll take my chances out on the street. You know why? Because the average man is probably safer than whatever freak show is trying to insist that he has the right to come in and watch me undress.
That's right.
Thank you, madam. It's exactly the way a majority of us feel. And again, she voiced it. Good. A1 at work. I'm very happy about this kind of things. And I like to say, the Doja Cat thing gave me the idea for this, but once I got the idea, I was seeing all kinds of people speaking up against a lot of this leftist bullshit that is not of the majority. It's not. It really is not. They try to make it seem that way. They make it all grandiose, and they make it seem like all the movie stars and everybody agrees, and they even speak like you agree with them while they're talking to you by using the words we and us. Like I'm automatically involved in your conversation. No, absolutely not. Odysee has rowdier chat and the ability to put memes in chat. Yes. A lot of them a lot of them do actually do pictures and things like that. That's why chat goes so fast for me sometimes. I can't keep up with y'all sometimes. Mrs. Bot approves. Good. I'm so glad. Thank you again. Don't forget to share this out. And phone lines are still open. Call me. Okay, what's up next? More like this. Yes. You've even got kids now, thankfully. This is, I guess, Generation Z or Alpha. I don't know why we're starting over again. Is that the only thing we have to refer anything to is letters? We started with X for some reason, because everybody before that actually had names. So, Salty Matt James said, so I'm just going to mention it only takes us like 30 seconds to a minute to say hi to everyone in each chat and move on with business. Okay. Well, I try to say hello to everyone. Did I miss you? No, I didn't miss you, Salty Matt Jameson. Salty Tuna! Welcome to the show. If I haven't said, yeah, it doesn't look like if I missed you, yelled at me. Yell at me. Just do the caps thing like Salty Matt Jameson did. Anyway, these are kids in Pennsylvania high school. They staged a walkout because they don't like boys using girls' restrooms. Oh, unlike the school board meeting. That looks like a lot of kids. That was a big high school, evidently. But yeah, even the kids aren't buying this stuff. Not to mention the fact that I'm not going to show it here because YouTube and violence and everything like that. But there's been several videos. In fact, Ian Miles Chung posts some. Andy No posts them. I've seen a lot of people post them, but essentially a lot of these folks, especially the high school kids, I've seen at least 3 videos just today of them being violent for what seems to be no reason. These trans females are beating up females. And I think that people are starting to see this, and it's like, you know, why would, you know, they actually then have the nerve to complain that nobody wants to be by them and they're afraid of them. Yes! You're gonna bash me in the head? I'm afraid of you! I'm not gonna sit there and just let you do it, but that doesn't make me scared of your gender. So no! So I say, they get more and more violent every time I turn around. I see videos of this stuff all the time. Explain this to me. They scream and yell, you have a phobia because I'm this. No, I have a phobia because I'm afraid you're going to go crazy and waylay people like you've been doing. So don't you wonder why people don't want to be by you anymore. There's no way I'm going to just sit there and allow something like that to happen. And if that's something that might happen because you get angry because somebody makes a mistake, because they can't tell what you are, you make them guess. Yeah, nobody's going to want to be by you. And yes, they're going to be afraid of you. They're going to be afraid that you're going to hurt them, or they're going to break an eye socket. You're going to pull their hair out. You're going to knock them to the ground and start kicking them in the head. Wouldn't you be afraid of that? In fact, that's all you guys ever talk about, y'all's genocide. When you're the one creating the problems. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done something more to you after some of the things I've seen here lately. Unprovoked. You bet. You bet, a rant. I'm for women's rights. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything more misogynistic than a man entering my space and then claiming my pride. Oh, you're a woman now? No, No. No, absolutely fucking not. Garglesnot says, they wanted to take the Urals out of the boys' school restroom just to appease the trans cult. Good, they have everything right to walk out. Ridiculous. Yes, they do. Like I said before, you know, it's like the lady said before. Why are we, the majority, having to pander to the 1%? Only to have them never be happy with anything, nothing's ever good enough. And when they just feel like it, they just beat on people. That's fucked up. I don't care who you are or how you identify. If you can't handle something that you can't control, then you're the problem. And violence supposedly is never the answer. By your own admissions. Oh, they're genociding us. They're beating us. They're mean to us. Bullshit. I think this is why. Phobia definition: an extreme or irrational fear of or aversion to something. Actually, phobia, they're trying to conflate aversion with phobia. I don't think that they're the same thing. Because phobia is irrational. Aversion is, I believe, rational. I mean, who wants to touch snot? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to voluntarily touch slime or you know, that kind of thing? I have an aversion to that. I'm not scared of it. I don't have an irrational scared of it or anything like that, but I would just rather not touch it. So I heard that video too, now that they're trying to expand the definition of that. All so that they can have an excuse to fuck with you. Wild Thang 1776. Welcome to the show. They are the problem. Excuse to beat a woman. They're trying to cancel women. Yes, exactly. And no, violence is not ever, never the answer. So, you know, and I was going to say, one of the reasons why I say that they're never happy with any of this thing is that video that I did see, that where they're trying to expand the definition of phobia. Basically, that person said that, oh, there's just so many ways to be phobic about it. You can say, oh, I'm never going to bully any of these people, but I don't support their movement and anything like that. It's like, that's a phobia. No, it isn't. It's your excuse to start pushing that shit on everybody again and claiming that they're a bigot or something if they don't. And it's another thing too. You've got so many people on your side. Why are you so bothered by the few that refuse to play with you? You know, why is it so important to have that kind of control over people that you probably wouldn't hang with anyway, if given the chance? These would be people that you wouldn't even choose to hang with anyway. Exactly. Yeah, now they can go shoot up a Christian school. That's what I say. There's another one. There's another thing that we've never heard anything about. They've locked down their manifesto and all this other stuff. Why? Why? How unequal is that? Everybody's always out for equality, equality, equality. So shouldn't you be held accountable for actions like that, just like anybody else? You would probably, if you were still here and that happened to you, you'd insist on it. You'd be the first one to insist on it. I've seen it too many times. Heard there's going to be a 1 million women march on Washington, D.C. in February. I'm going. Okay. Be very careful. Be very, very careful, because you know these demonstrations bring out some of the... I'm going to just start calling them brown coats from now on, or black coats. Our version of black coats. Because you know damn well these people are paid to create havoc. They have been ever since the first rallies in 2015. So just so they could say, oh, see, the Trump people are making trouble. These Trump people are terrible and everything like that, when they're going and infiltrating and trying to make it look that way. It's never worked out. Agree with them or else, Laura Friend. Never! Never! Never. I only have one master. And that's what I tell people. It's, in fact, that was a response that Pastor Chatelet, that I use of yours as well, as far as that goes. I'm but a vessel. What I say is not my opinion. It's what comes from the boss. You don't like it? Talk to him. Because I ain't listening. So, yeah, that particular answer serves me quite well. in a lot of situations. The possibility of violence, I mean, it just says, the possibility of violence has always been the way the world operated right up until the internet age. Oh, and it's still happening. I mean, you see people, even though we have the internet age, you still got people live streaming this stuff. In fact, the girl, Blubber, whatever her name was, Hamburger, Hot Dog, whatever it was, she was live streaming it. She live streamed getting arrested, and I think she live streamed getting out. She's already out within 24 hours. Within 24 hours. If you look at the history of serial killers, it's always prostitutes or women. Rarely are there female serial killers. Male serial killers have an obsession with gender. You can go back to the 1800s or even earlier. Yeah, and no, I can understand why there's a jealousy and why there might even be a dysphoria there. I know that there's some men out there that would absolutely adore to be able to do what women can do. Women are special. I don't care what anybody says. They endure a lot more body shit than men do as far as that goes, unless they, got cancer or something like that, whatever. But, being able to actually produce life is something that males can't do. I was going to say, even male seahorses only just hold the babies. They don't do anything but fertilize them. They have a pouch. It's not like they're actually giving birth. So, Meatball. Meatball was her name? Okay. I feel bad. I was actually in a band called Meatball for a while. So, no! All right, my next thing. Again, more like this. This happened in Oakland. Karate instructor stop attempted carjacking.
2 Good Samaritans stopping an attempted carjacking in Oakland. Take a look. This happened last month on Piedmont Avenue. You can see a man returning to his car when he's approached by 2 men in sweatshirts who take his keys right out of his hand. As they go back to the man's car, watch this. 2 people intervene. The carjackers then drove off without taking the victim's car. The Good Samaritans reportedly work at a karate school across the street.
Nice, nice. More like this. This is actually one of the reasons why there's a lot of other things happening, because the common man is not standing up for each other anymore. There's not a lot of heroes out there anymore. But when you start showing people that you're not going to put up with this shit anymore, it stops. They either hit someone else, or they get hit themselves trying to hit someone else, or even you. And of course, I was just talking to my dad the other day. He loves to watch the fights. He hates some of the stuff that's been going on. He actually, he's a humongous, ginormous football fan, but he's actually cut way, way back on a lot of that because of the kneeling and the absolute crap that's been going on with all of that and everything, just like all the rest of us and everything like that. But in order to, he can't stand basketball. He doesn't get it, I don't think. But he does like the fights, and I was talking to him about this, and I told him, I said, I like these fights too. I'm not into the fighting part itself, but I like the fact that this particular sport, if you will, this particular organization, sports organization or whatever it is, still allows freedom to speech. They don't try to cancel their people if they don't absolutely agree with the mainstream and everything like that. And of course, I love seeing it. We need more athletes like this.
Corner at 5 feet 10 inches tall, this mixed martial artist also weighed in 146 pounds in 17 fights. His record 5th corner at 5.
I think he's a Christian. Bryce Mitchell doing Bryce Mitchell things. I don't know who posted this. Inside Fighting. Okay. Channeling his inner Braveheart, holding his Bible in the air while screaming freedom. He's not wrong. And again, anybody else in any other field right now would be canceled for this, or ostracized, or something like that. And of course, I think that another thing about them is the reason why they do this too is, as fighters, they don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. They've got a goal. They want to win a fight. That's it. They don't care what anybody else thinks. They've got all these things on their minds. And actually, these people are minding their own business. They don't have time to mind everyone else's business. Right? They've got goals. They've got achievements that they want to go through. All right. I found a guy on TikTok. Now, I'm actually not on TikTok, but just like Twitter used to be, or is still actually. I'm not sure now because I'm actually on Twitter now, but just like Twitter was with me before, TikTok, you don't have to be on TikTok to see what's going on TikTok. In fact, so many people share videos. I saw this on YouTube originally, I believe that it was in a conglomeration. I didn't want all of them, though. Supposedly, this guy likes and is a fan of CRT, but he's actually not wrong about some of these things, and I really enjoyed how he portrays history to where you actually want to learn it. I think this is the way that some people should teach classes and whatever like that. He comes up, and he's done this with most of the silent generation representatives that are in office right now, but I thought this was very interesting. Things invented after Dianne Feinstein was born, June 22nd, 1933.
Things invented after Dianne Feinstein was born. If you close one eye and then squint the other one and rock back and forth, she doesn't look a day over 89. Dianne Feinstein is older than the San Francisco 49ers. The atomic bomb. The ballpoint pen. She's 5 years older than the ability to photocopy. She's older than the creation of Spider-Man. Matter of fact, she's older than the creation of Marvel Comics as a whole by about 6 years. So take every one of your favorite Marvel superheroes, and she's older than all of them grouped together. Smells like chocolate chip cookies. Really put it into perspective. Dianne Feinstein's parents were doing the before World War II even started. Oh yeah, she's older than the Harry Truman administration. And remember, guys, these videos are not an endorsement of any party, not an endorsement of a political candidate. Rather, an endorsement of the idea that we need term limits. I'm Batman. Oh yeah, she's older than Superman too.
All right, he did this with Mitch McConnell. He actually did this with a lot of them, but I'm just going to show you the two main ones.
Things invented after Mitch McConnell was born. The National Basketball Association, the entire NBA, the entire thing. FDR's brain imploding and causing him to kick the bucket. The invention of the first bikini. The creation of the Justice League. For context, Mitch McConnell's parents were doing the before Adolf Hitler got put in Satan's Uber. The creation of every team in the NFL's AFC East Division, which means the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, the Miami Dolphins, and the New England Patriots. The creation of the aqualung that's often used by deep-sea divers. The start of John F. Kennedy's political career. The first mobile phone. The creation of the New York Mets. M-E-T-S, Mets. Is that how that goes? And remember, y'all, these videos are simply a social commentary on the fact that many people running our government are making decisions whose results will drastically impact our lives and society, but they won't even be alive to see them.
Yep, that's it right there in a nutshell. And they refuse to give up their power. He does one on Nancy Pelosi, too, but I won't go into that one. I won't make you look at her. This guy, if you want to see him on TikTok, his name is Blackout, BLACKOUT__ on TikTok. He calls himself P. Diddy 724, I think, or something like that. Just P. Diddy. That was the date. All right. They've been trying to roll out the masking and all of that again, too. And, again, more and more people like this. Black voter exposes Chicago mayor.
We're really trying to bring this stuff back.
We don't give a fuck about no new COVID strain, United States government. Biden, you ass still got to get the fuck on out. If I got to come to the White House and move you out myself, you still got to get the fuck on out. I was just thinking the other day,
I wonder, did she get a visit from anybody for that one?
Heard Nathan about COVID. And then boom, here come a new motherfucking COVID strain. We know that this shit is for the elections. We already know. We not dumb no more. Thank you, TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram for allowing us to get up here and find out the truth amongst one another.
They're actually trying to bring this stuff back. I mean, I think Democrats got tired of it at the end, except for the crazy ones.
I don't think they ever got tired of it.
'Cause I think the majority of society is like, nah. The elections are coming up. Why else would they do it? If they try to bring that stuff back, oh, it's going to be a revolt in this country. These people really...
I don't know about that. We'll see. Then, of course, you got this. I don't know how many people have seen this. Again, another thing that came... Actually, this came across my Facebook. Blew my mind. I downloaded it just in case.
It was not botched. It was not bungled. It was not a blunder. It was not incompetence. It was not lack of knowledge. It was not spontaneous mass hysteria. The planning occurred in plain sight. The planning is still occurring in plain sight. The philanthropaths bought the science. The modelers projected the lies. The testers concocted the crisis. The NGOs leased the academics.
COVID vaccines are now available for children.
The scientists fabricated the findings. The mouthpieces spewed the talking points.
A pandemic of the unvaccinated.
The organizations declared the emergency.
The voluntary phase is over. It's time for mandates.
The governments erected the walls. The departments rewrote the rules.
If you have travel plans, there is one more thing to add to your packing list: proof of vaccination.
The governors quashed the rights. The politicians passed the laws. The bankers installed the control grid.
Individual carbon footprint tracker.
The stooges laundered the money. The DoD placed the orders.
Is it likely that American tax dollars funded the gain of function research that created this virus?
I think it did, not only from NIH, but from the State Department, USAID, and from DoD.
The corporations fulfill the contracts.
Pfizer is making tons of money from its vaccine.
The regulators approved the solution. The laws shielded the contractors. The agencies ignored the signals.
She developed severe abdominal and chest pain.
The behemoths consolidated the media. The psychologists crafted the messaging.
Get the COVID vaccine.
The propagandists chanted the slogans. The fact chokers smeared the dissidents. The censors silenced the questioners.
You guys censored Harvard-educated doctors, and you silenced those voices.
The jackboots stomped the dissenters.
We will shut you down, we will cite you, and if we need to, we will arrest you, and we will take you to jail.
Screw your freedom.
The tyrants summoned, the puppeteers jerked, the puppets danced, the colluders implemented, the doctors ordered, the hospitals administered. The menteciders scripted, the bamboozled bleated, the totalitarianized bullied, the covidians tattled, the parents surrendered.
The hardest thing was I let him get that shot.
The good citizens believed and forgot. This was calculated, this was formulated, this was focus grouped, this was articulated, this was manufactured, this was falsified, this was coerced, this was inflicted, this was denied.
Anybody who's lying here, Senator, it is you.
We were terrorized, we were isolated, we were gaslit.
You really need to get vaccinated.
We were dehumanized, we were wounded, we were killed. Don't let them get away with it. Don't let them get away with it. Don't let them get away with it.
Bobby Digital says, excuse me, I passed out on the beach one night in just a sleeping bag. Woke up next morning and there was like 30 scorpions sleeping under my blankets with me. Freaked me out. Yeah, man, you got to be careful with that. They do like to try and find the warmth. Muko, how are you? You're finally here. I think I still have this video for you from 2 weeks ago that I thought you would absolutely adore. Actually, I've got two of them. Here's one.
Who's that? Who's this?
This is my new cat.
You got a new cat?
This is my new adopted cat.
Great, great.
And he's been sitting on my lap the whole time, and look how chill he is. Look at this guy. I don't have...
Who's that?
There's one. If Everybody saw this other one. Where is it? It's way down here. It was a couple of weeks ago. Here we go. It says, fuck your sleep cycles. You'll love this, though. No sound. Kitty. What the heck was he doing there? He loves to attack her hand. Another, what was he doing there? Uh-oh. Now that she's not sleeping, he's asleep on the end of the bed. So Muko, I saw that a couple of weeks ago and you weren't here. So I played it for everybody else, but then you weren't here last week either. So there you go. Those are the two videos I saw that made me think of you, Muko. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's see, where am I now? Did that one. Ah, okay. This is something that I'm surprised that they haven't brought back. Although it doesn't seem to work on these guys too much. And again, I'm surprised that whoever did this, they're not screaming and yelling racism, because you know where this comes from, or supposedly where it came from. Everybody play. You guys are playing poker right now? Now? Couldn't even wait till my show was over. Okay. All right. So again, more like this. I get the feeling that these people, and like I say, they're not even really pushing them away or anything like that. The hoses that they used to use before literally would shove you down the street. So they're just taking a shower. They're just getting probably their first shower in months. All right. Then you got, let's see. In case you were wondering how Trump supporters feel about indictments against President Trump, here's some more that I didn't see last time. Come on.
What do you guys think of the indictments against President Trump?
Just like the Mueller reports, just a witch hunt to prevent President Trump from getting back in office, and he's going to overcome it like he always does, and continue to be a voice for the hardworking America.
Do the indictments make you more or less likely to support President Trump?
It makes me more likely to support the president.
All right, thanks, guys. What do you guys think of the indictment?
Standing out in the rain for this. Witch hunt, you say? Yeah, actually, that was something else. If you guys get a chance, watch Tucker Carlson with what was his name? Because he actually explained. He dove into some of the history of that. And that's the reason why it's a thing now. It became a thing now, because it was never about people supernatural or anything like that. It was about taking people's property, basically. Same thing as they're doing in Hawaii, supposedly. This guy's my new spirit animal, because the first time they started coming out with all these stupid laws with the plastic straws, I went into the grocery store and thought the same thing this guy's thinking.
Boy, is it a good thing we stopped using plastic bags at the grocery store. Gotta think of the environment, right? I mean, it's not like these are in plastic. It's not like cucumbers are individually wrapped in plastic. Tomatoes on the vine, looks like they're wrapped in plastic. Oh, carrots, wrapped in plastic. For fuck's sakes. Literally taking fresh fruits and vegetables and wrapping them in plastic for no fucking reason. Feels like plastic. Looks like plastic. Oh, lettuce. Wrapped in plastic. More plastic. It's okay to use the plastic here. It's just not okay to use the plastic bags at checkout. Makes sense, right? Cauliflower wrapped in plastic. I could do this all fucking day.
Chat went
Plastic.
on Odysee.
Plastic containers. I mean, plastic? Plastic wrap and a cute little plastic tray. Personally, I don't really give a shit. I don't give a shit at all. But what I do care about is the fact that I gotta pay 33 cents for a shitty bag at checkout because I forgot to bring bags again. And it's just starting to get really, really, really annoying being squeezed left, right, and center financially for absolutely no reason.
Odysee's gone down.
Carbon tax makes absolutely
You'll still be able
no
to see me,
fucking
but I
sense.
can't
It
see
does
any of the
absolutely
chats.
nothing to protect our environment. And removing plastic bags at checkout, but literally allowing plastic everywhere else in the grocery store makes absolutely zero fucking sense as well. Other than they're now able to make money by charging us to buy their shitty bags. Make it make sense. I'm not here to argue whether or not climate change is real. I really don't give a shit. But what I do give a shit about is the fact that it's large corporations who do the vast majority of the polluting here on planet Earth.
Yep.
This is a well-known fact.
They do a large portion of all the polluting, including the developing countries, and then they blame it on people like us. And again, that's another thing where they're never happy. You can't recycle enough. You can't you can't, what do they call it? You can't minimize enough. You can't not eat enough. So, you know, and like I say, all right, my Odysee is acting up. I can see the, you can still see the stream, but the chat has gone down. Even after refreshing, it's refusing to sync. So if you want to chat with me or whatever like that, either go to, what is this over here? Either go to Kick or Rumble or YouTube if you can stand it. Show's almost over anyway, so it's no big deal. But Odysee really has been acting strangely lately, and I'm sorry if I'm not answering any of your chats, but it's because I absolutely cannot see them right now. I mean, I've literally got a blank screen with a little thing going like it's almost like Odysee's version of that little circle thing, the buffering. So sorry about that, guys. Let me know if you can actually still even see me on Odysee on one of these other channels, if you don't mind. And I will go on. Again, though, more like this. All right, looks like we're into the funny part now. So we're gonna end with some levity, as I always try to do and I like to do. This actually this had me rolling. This one had me. This is hilarious. If it'll play.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. It appears we've lost the left engine. Not to worry, we have two engines. This plane is built to be flown with just one engine, and there is no way. Fuck. There goes the second engine. If you have someone you'd like to call,
okay, thanks, Lizzie.
Advise that you do so now.
Mom, listen. I'm gonna have to call Dad, okay? Is Dad there? I'm not gonna get it. Just tell him I love him, okay? You love him too.
Is this Rick's auto body? Yeah? This is Shane with the fucking red Subaru. Yeah, you guys fucking suck at your job. I'm gonna come down there and beat the fuck out of you, you fucking stupid bitch. All right, I'll be down in 10 minutes. Get ready. You better start stretching. I'm gonna fucking wear you out, dumbass. 10 minutes. Parking lot, pussy.
Excuse me?
What? Calling people I fucking hate.
Did you have loved ones to call?
Am I gonna call my wife and kids? Listen to her fucking bitch at me for the last 5 minutes? Fuck that. I'm about to die, dude. She's gonna fuck someone else, like this year. That fucking pisses me off a little bit. Nobody wants to hear their fucking mom die. $100 she's putting on Netflix in 1 hour. Actually, fuck it. I'll bet you $1 billion. Call someone you hate and really fuck their shit up. Give it a shot, dude. God just gave us a gift. Try it.
Haley, put your dad on the phone. Hey, Dave. Fuck you.
07 when I had to go see you in the hospital and you thought I was smiling because I was happy to see you.
I thought you was dead.
Yeah, I'm dying. The plane's crashing, so, fuck you.
Oh, stop going out with your friends. You stay out your lane.
Yeah, learn how to fucking end a story. Jesus.
My nudes on Instagram.
Yo, you're crazy.
And tag all my kids.
I'm gonna die. You know I'm trying to make someone come.
How come?
What? Who said that? Marco. We're gonna make it.
No. What the fuck? No!
Oh, shit.
You don't know what I do.
Are you fucking joking me?
Crash this fucking plane!
I was just kidding.
We're all gonna die.
The guy in the store was great. That guy in the store was great. Do I have a link? Yeah, I sure do. It's a TikTok. Here, let me
Can't debate it, you can't argue it, it's the truth.
share.
So why are we, the consumer,
Oh, oops. No. Hit the wrong button. I hate it when that happens. I hit the wrong button. Go back. All right, there we go. There's the link. Sorry, I can't put it on Odysee. My Odyssee's still, the chat is still not working. Okay. Somebody took away one of the splats. How about that? There was 2 splats, now there's only 1. You're welcome, Lizzie. Let's see. Garglesnot says, the Dems are going to force Corn Pop to resign, then implement a presidential age limit just to keep Trump from running bank on it. You might be right about that. Like I say, their mantra is by any means necessary, and the less effort they have to put into it, the better they are. They're incompetent anyway. All right, there it comes. There it goes. I finally got the 5x5 on non-Edge browsers. Oh, okay. All right, I have an Edge browser. Sorry. Actually, I've never had any problems with it. All right, there's the TikTok link. There's the TikTok. Okay. All right. Was a fat finger on a friend trolling. Okay. Stolen valor. All right. Now my chat on Odysee is working once again. Thank you. Thank you very much for your patience. Actually, Odysee should be thanking you guys for your patience, and mine too. All right. That was fun. Okay, the airplane thing was funny. You guys may have seen this, and I know that a lot of you guys have an affinity. In fact, at one point, I think even Crack Galactica was doing Kung Fu Theater on Saturday afternoons or something like that. I just thought that this was hilarious. Not to mention the fact that the guy in the video, this old guy in the video, is actually singing. You'll be amazed. Give that back. Otherwise you will regret it. You're gonna stop me alone? Who told you I was alone?
You should know that the man with the power of nature can bring you to the end of your life. And you should know by my smile and the look in my eyes that you are about to be massively forced to give up. Chicken attack, chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black. They might look harmless, but they make you know chicken ass. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Now gonna fly, you on the sky. With the power of nature, you are never alone, and you can't leave it on a map. Every beast, every tree follows me to the end, and you're about to be massively fucked. Chicken attack, chicken attack. Watch your back before it fades to black. They might look harmless, but they can know chicken ass.
Stick your nuts, chicken ass.
gonna fly. You on the sky. You're young and you're hungry, perhaps short on money. I give you this chicken today. It's eggs for your dinner, it's legs for next winter. You won't have to steal again.
なんて慈悲深い方だ。あなたは全ての動物を操られるんですか？
全ての動物が操られるけど、鶏が一番なんだ。
助けて、助けて。僕の兄が不死身で銀行強盗に巻き込まれたんです。
大丈夫だ。心配するな。Go chicken go, go chicken go, now gonna fly. You on the sky.
That guy can yodel. 2017 in theaters. 2017, I'm not sure.
Chicken attack.
Breaks all box office records.
Watch your back before it fades to black. Say my love pound, let's go say come on, chicken ass. Go chicken go. Go chicken go. Now gonna fly. You on the sky.
Chicken attack. That boy can yodel, can he? And that, like I said before, that is actually him singing that. It blew my mind, so. Mi cheeky sandal. Slap it on a skillet. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you being here. As if I need another reason to fear chicken. Only if you encounter that guy with one. Although it sounds like he doesn't need a chicken. He just says that chickens are the most fun to control. Alright. I know you guys love Bob Ross. How to fix a mistake.
So today, let's have a happy accident and see what we can make out of it. Just going to grab this and lift it upward. Let's just lift upward and blend this out. Just lift it upward. I'm going to get all those scrape marks out. Just blend all together. Accidents. So today, let's have a happy accident and see what we can make out of it. Just going to grab this and lift it upward.
Wouldn't that be just
Let's
the
just
thing? A happy accident. Alright. Supposedly this actually aired on TV in DC.
Hi, Vince here with LobbyWow. I'm going to tell you how you can turn your tens of millions of dollars into literally billions. Here's how. The government hands out money all the time and rules favorably for big business every day. I bet you ask yourself, why am I such a stupid piece of crap? How do I get my hands on some of that sweet, sweet cash? Everything you tried doesn't work. You tried voting, but that never works. You tried calling your senator? I bet you have, you useless piece of crap. What about bribing your congressman? What, do you want to go to jail? LobbyWow takes this useless bribe and turns it into a campaign contribution. There's literally nothing democratic about it. It works with drugs, it works with corn, it works with healthcare. So look at this great bowl of beef. What's wrong with it? Too expensive. You gotta sell 100% beef on the open market. Be way more profitable if you could cut it with some kind of cheap filler like you do your cocaine. But hey, that's illegal. All right, take a look at this. You getting this, camera guy? Oh, look at that, those regulations that come right off. Get LobbyWow.com. No more regulations means I can do whatever I want. Look it, you add your wood pulp, the ammonia, some of the pink slime. Have a little fun, I got some feces here, look at that. Profit. Sell those extra missiles to the army, even though they didn't ask for them in the first place. Look at this, that's usually a big mess. Not with LobbyWow. Look at these chumps. They didn't go to GetLobbyWow.com. You get a great return on investment. It works on both parties. And if you go here right now, because I can't do this all day, you're going to get a sweet briefcase full of hot cash. LobbyWow. It's going to have you saying, holy shit, I can't believe this is legal.
Has anybody been to that website? I didn't go to the website. All right. Ladies, you married ladies especially that have to do your husband's laundry. Actually, mine doesn't make me do his laundry. He does his own. He doesn't like it when I do his. So I don't complain. I'm not going to complain about that. But I do remember this. When your husband forgets to check his pockets before laundry day. Okay. All right, we were talking about funny politicians before. I think that Senator Kennedy is one of the funniest men in Congress. I wish I could have found that other thing with that other guy that was funny, but I'm sure someone will share it with me. And of course, we're almost done here. I love Senator Kennedy. In fact, I'd like to take... you have to let me know. Have the Remix Brothers done anything with him? Because he really is funny, and some of his stuff is cadence enough where you can use it with music.
This man, listen to this.
Americans do not deserve to be governed by deeply weird, narcissistically woke people who hate George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, Dr. Zeus, and Mr. Potato Head, who hyperventilate on their yoga mats if you use the wrong pronoun, who think kids should be able to change their gender at recess, who carry around Ziploc bags of kale to give them energy, and who think they are better than us. By the way,
That's
to
what
me,
they get for thinking.
Kale tastes like I'd rather be fat.
Indeed.
Shout the season.
Actually, I do like kale chips, but you really have to take that center part out because it's nothing but stringy. Ugh. All right, here's Kennedy again. This one's even funnier.
American people may be poorer under President Biden, but they're not stupid. President Biden's approval rating ranks right up there with jock itch among the American voters. President Biden has mismanaged Congress, he's mismanaged COVID, he's mismanaged the border, he's mismanaged crime, he's mismanaged the spy balloon, he's mismanaged the economy, he's mismanaged fentanyl, and he's forfeited our energy independence. I'll tell you what also scares me. President Biden has another year and a half to discover new and innovative ways to suck. And it is a dangerous world out there.
Do I have a link to the Don't Let Them Get Away With It lady about the history of COVID? Yes, actually. This is actually the link that you can actually download it from. Probably long as hell. Yeah. But yeah, that's the link. That's the link for the history of COVID. All right, I got one more for you. I thought this was rather neat, and I guess this is why I forgot to get a Mamari video. So this'll do it, and this actually has kind of the same message, and it's kind of neato. You might want to enlarge your screen for this, though. All right, here we go. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, and of course we do need love and unity, and that's what we get with this group of people, especially on Odysee. Don't forget, everybody, to check out the Pure Blood TV, which is now, what is it, community.pureblood.tv, to check out all of the Pure Blood creators and the news and everything else like that. And, of course, support the channels and everything like that. Support all the channels for those people and everything like that. And that's about it for me. Don't forget, like I said before, to support all the folks on Rougaroo's interactive schedule. Be sure to head on over to the Drunken Rocky Show now on Odysee next for the Drunken Rocky Rants, or the White Pill Experience, or whatever they're calling it right now anymore. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comments, the phone calls. Don't forget to send me your clips and commercials for my shows or yours. I still want to do that if you guys want to, or want to do anything like that. Don't forget, and of course, God bless you and God bless America. As always, I wish you peace, health, love, and music. And until next time, AMF!